Welcome to today's stock market news update. Let's dive into the latest economic news from around the world, starting with developments in the United States. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is set to speak today at 12:35 p.m. Eastern Time. A MarketWatch article says that Wall Street has been paying close attention to every statement from the Federal Reserve Chief as stocks have reached new record highs. Investors are looking for more hints on how much the United States Central Bank plans to lower interest rates. What he says could play a role in the strength of the current bull market and the overall health of the economy. Shifting to technology and investment news, a CNBC article reports that Nvidia plans to invest up to $100 billion in OpenAI as part of a major data center expansion. OpenAI aims to create and roll out systems using Nvidia's artificial intelligence processors, which would need 10 gigawatts of power. Nvidia's CEO Jensen Huang explained in an interview that this amount of power equals between 4 million and 5 million graphics processing units, matching what the company expects to ship this year and double the amount from last year. Nvidia's stock climbed nearly 4% on Monday. This kind of large-scale investment in AI infrastructure could influence trends in the tech sector and broader markets. On a related note in the chip industry, another CNBC article notes that India is putting $18 billion into building a strong semiconductor presence. There are 10 projects in progress across 6 states in India, with a total investment of $18.2 billion. The goal is to cut back on relying on imports, ensure a steady supply of chips for important areas, and grab a larger piece of the global electronics market. Developments like this could shape supply chains and competition in the worldwide tech space. Moving over to policy developments in Asia, a Bloomberg article mentions that China plans to stop new steel capacity and cut back on production. This step aims to better match supply and demand in China's steel industry, which handles 1 billion tons each year. Changes in such a massive sector could have ripple effects on global commodity prices and related markets. Shifting to economic indicators from the region, a CNBC article states that Singapore's core inflation rate came in lower than expected and hit a fresh 4-year low. For August, core inflation in Singapore, which leaves out costs for private transport and housing, rose by just 0.3%, the smallest increase since February 2021. This was below the 0.5% that economists expected in a Reuters poll, and also lower than the 0.5% from the previous month. Such inflation data from Singapore could affect views on regional economic stability and interest rate decisions. Staying with international trade developments, a Wall Street Journal article reports that Indonesia and the European Union have signed a trade agreement after more than 9 years of talks. The European officials said this agreement gets rid of over 98% of tariffs, clears away almost all trade barriers, and creates new opportunities for investment. It comes as countries in Asia adjust their positions in response to tariffs from the United States. Agreements like this could open up new flows of goods and capital, potentially impacting global trade patterns. Finally, turning to South America, a Reuters article says that markets in Argentina jumped after the United States Treasury pledged full support. Financial assets in Argentina rallied on Monday, with stocks seeing their biggest gain in 6 months, international dollar bonds rising more than 6 cents, and the peso getting stronger. This followed a statement from United States Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, ahead of important midterm elections next month in Argentina. He said all options are available to help stabilize the country, including swap lines and direct purchases of currency, and highlighted President Donald Trump's trust in Argentina's President Javier Milei and his economic team. Support from the United States like this could help steady Argentina's economy and influence investor confidence in emerging markets. That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and don't forget to subscribe.